basis.
Yes.
I think those people that have always stood out, and me as a person now, I really celebrate a person who gives up, who all gives up their privileges, or they give up what they're entitled to for the sake of another person. To me, such a person is a hero. Yeah.
Wow. But before we go any further in Heroes Day, you heard about little Rohi yesterday.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about her?
Bambi, I saw Rohi. Do we have a picture though? Did you send her picture? Rohi is Pastor Maverizi and Mrs.
Rita.
Maverizi Rita. So she went for a competition, a swimming gala, and she came out, you know, best. I kept watching and following Pastor Rita's status, and but you know, the thing that I've noticed was that she started training way back
when she was young.
when
And when you see her, she's
little.
very little.
Very little.
Isn't she like 7?
Yeah. So I and you know, the first time it was, you know, with a private coach, and I kept wondering, oh, these people are just trying maybe to make the limbs, you know, they had
A vision ahead.
a vision. And when I saw them moving, and of course there was a competition in Uganda before. Now this time, where were they? Rwanda. And the Kaga really performed very, very well.
With 4 gold medals and 1 silver medal.
Wow.
Wow, that was an amazing
I
one.
believe Jim Echichogambia Olinga Wadagamant, it was their vision. But me, I believe when you introduce a child to a skill,
Yes.
no lavanga, bajagade, and you keep
She's
promoting it, there she is, and you keep promoting that desire, no muyambako, because you know Mrs. Mavilis is very busy.
Yeah.
But there is a way she puts in
the
time.
work
And I mean,
to go and make sure that
well
girl
done.
trains.
And not only Rohi, because
Even
also the
the
little
boy.
brother is part of the swimming. And I was telling the mother, well done.
Yeah, I told
Well
her
done.
too. I told her too. I said, my goodness, we shall be behind Rohi, we shall morale booster. And there is a time Pastor Maverizi was preaching at Mukono, and he made a comment and said that Rohi doesn't want to lose.
Yes.
When she's
very
loses, yeah,
competitive.
she's very competitive. So when she loses, she feels it's too bad. Like, how can I lose? Now, that mindset getting into such a child at this age, you just expect greater heights.
Losing is not an option to her.
Losing is not an option to her. He has tried to tame that thing of losing is okay. You said it. Losing is okay, but for her, she's at that point of losing is not okay.
An option.
It is, yeah, it has also its own extremes, but personally, I want to also say I like it because for a child that age, knowing that I must be the best.
Yeah.
If I get a silver, it's okay, but me, I'm going for the gold.
And I answer Lava June. It is why I said it's okay is this, because my son is like that. But this is where the problem comes in. When they lose, they don't know how to deal with loss.
Yes.
They're going to get frustrated, yet Bomogamanti, it's okay to lose, do better. Now that's a journey that I also had to take. Ningamba kale kati omuntu no tayagala kuluzinga, but so Rohi, it's not an option, but I'm sure they have trained her that wanobera tokoze bulungi. You can do better, because you can only do better when you've been taught that it's okay. Here you didn't come as number 1.
But
You'll do better. That's why she's in this place right now.
Wow. Medals. Gee, who's your
Really
hero?
congratulate her. My hero, I was trying to look for his picture to send it. He was in uniform. My hero has always been my father. He served in the Uganda police. He passed on after after manning the security that that looked after the Queen Elizabeth
When she came
to Uganda. At that time he was
22.
deployed.
Chogam.
He was I'm sorry, friends. You may not see the picture today, but I wanted to put him there. In
You don't worry. Get to that time. Let's first move to Sue as we get to that picture.
No, I don't think I'll get it because I've tried to get into my gallery and it is so overwhelming. But I've celebrated him before. But that picture, he was in his combat. Now, the way he was like spot on, he was really intentional. He was a very intentional man and he was experienced. I remember why I really want to crown him as my #1 hero. There is a time he was DPC Mpigi. That was called Buganda region. So at that time, if you ever heard of the rebel called Itongwa.
From Western
Itongwa. Okay.
There was a rebel group that was led by a rebel called Itongwa. Now that guy came he was extending to Kampala with his rebels, and they had reached that forest is called Mpanga Forest. It's just here on Masaka Road before you reach Rela. So my father was the DPC then.
Were they coming from the other ends of Gombe?
Okay. So they were fighting, coming to take up Kampala and Bawambe. So my father was at that time the DPC of Southwest Buganda. Actually, that's how it was called. And I remember very well that day. The phone call came from higher sources and said the rebels are in your region. Act now. My father had malaria. That day he woke up. He commanded his men. He was still in his gown, night gown. He called them, he commanded them, they made parade there. They came, they were at home. They were in PG barracks. He called them, he commanded them, he gave them the order, they ran, got their guns, he rushed back, put on, at that time I don't even know because we had even gone to see him because they were given houses that time. So we were there that weekend. And because he was sick, we were there. So he went, called, commanded them, gave them an order. We just saw policemen running, army whatever's came, trucks came, they picked them up. My dad also rushed, got a gun, got into his uniform, boots, malaria aside.
Wow.
Meanwhile, he was shaking. Malaria aside, he just got into his boots, he got his gun, they got onto the trucks. Now at that moment, we did not know whether he would return or not because they were fighting, they were going to get into Mpanga Forest to drive away the rebels. They ran to Mpanga Forest. They came back after 2 days.
They came back.
They came back. They had captured Itongwa.
Wow.
They had killed the men. He was honored by the president.
Wow.
I'm glad he made it. I was wondering if he did actually.
He was honored by the president. Oh my God.
Wow.
That's emotional for you guys.
It was so nice.
But you know what, I think it's on that point that I would also want to celebrate every single police officer and all people in security organs. These are people that give up their lives and they are the least appreciated people. More so the police, they are the least appreciated people, much as they are people who work the most. Every single time, the first point, the first person you want to think about police. Most of the times tebatera kubeera nnyo na biseera byatulo. Anytime when duty calls you have to get up. You get enkuba nebakubira ku makubo tutera okubalaba aba traffic police. Bwabeerawo simanyi abantu ababbi abatemu, police will go be on the line. And today we want to celebrate you people in the Uganda police mostly. Yes.
But Joe, you can keep checking, before the show ends.
Or you can ask Sheila to send it.
Who's your hero?
Well, me, I believe a hero, first of all, is someone who has sacrificed, as you said. For me, because you said personal, right? Someone that I've looked up to. And definitely I'll start with someone in my house. That's my father. Why? Because he's someone who has fought for me every battle. Oh my God, how would he even touch me? How? Like how?
The other day he made a phone call and said, "Vam kumuwala wange."
Like you cannot.
So reported me that I disturbed her.
I report, yes. And he has fought my battles. He has fought my battles since I was a child. Well, also my mother, because I want to believe in the spaces that I've been. She has really done, like omutuno did anogamba. If my mother did this, she's one of those ladies who push me. I'm like, if this woman stood up, if she can still do this at this age, I can also do it. So, my people, my parents. Yes, yes, he's your
But
hero.
my hero is my dad. Because when my mom made that decision to walk out, from marriage and family, my dad never got another wife up to this day.
Really?
Yes. So the same job he had like prior to when I was still young, still the same job he has now. Because people tell you, oh my God, enjoy, you're so good, you're intelligent, you're so what? I'm riding on someone's sacrifice.
Exactly.
That has made me what I am. So I really celebrate that man.
And at times people won't understand why you choose those people.
Why you choose
Exactly.
those people. But the life sacrifice that they make is something that we cannot take for granted.
The way I over talk about my dad and people ask me, but you have a mother. People, I have a mother. I have a mother.
But anyway, let's flip the pages to Stuart. You're giving us the national heroes background.
Now we have a few categories.
How they select a hero?
Yes, how they select heroes. Jean will take it on from me, I guess. We have a category called the national heroes. Now, these are individuals recognized for their significant contributions to Uganda's development and progress, often through acts of heroism and sacrifices. Yes. Abantu abo abeewaayo ku lw'enkulaakulana y'eggwanga ne basaddaaka ne bawaayo obulamu bwabwe ne bawaayo privileges zaabwe for the development of the country. That is the category, the national heroes. Then we have another one called the freedom fighters. Those who fought for Uganda's independence or against oppressive regimes. Bw'ojja okuwulira nti egundi nti government yena eriko bwe yalejja mu bukulembeze through mu lutalo olwo abantu abo abalwana, those are the people recognized in that category. Then we also have those we call the military heroes. Now, military heroes, these are individuals who served in Ugandan military and made significant contributions or sacrifices during conflicts. Then netuberako ne bebayita civic heroes. Now, civic heroes are individuals recognized for their contribution to public service. Yes, abantu ababadde mu bitongole bya government ebyenjawulo ebiweereza abantu okugeza mu malwaliro amalwaliro ga government, like all people ababadde mu public service be bayitibwa ba civic heroes. Then netubeera ne betuyita ba political heroes, individuals who played a key role in shaping Uganda's political landscape and promoting democracy. Now, those are some of the few categories of the heroes celebrated in Uganda.
Yeah, and talking about categories now, in just like Stuart has really put it very categorically. Now there are actually four that are used to select these heroes. Number one, nomination. A hero can be nominated. For example, individuals are nominated based on their significant acts, for example, bravery, patriotism, as a service to Uganda. Yes, and also nominations can come from the public, government agencies, cultural institutions, or security. We have seen nominations by the public, of especially the old women that have given up their lives to take care of orphans. That can be a nomination. We have seen, for example, cultural institutions where culturally someone stands out, and these ones usually, if especially they are changing people's lives, they are usually nominated. Security forces, we have seen people nominate. Stuart has talked about the police. Nga waliyo omupolisi eyo wansi buli lwomukubira naye nga he doesn't even have hope of ever being recognized or seen, or no, he doesn't even feel or think anyone is looking at him. Such people are usually nominated. Now there is also a verification method that is used. The Presidential Awards Committee, there is a committee under the office of the president which reviews and verifies the background and achievements of the nominees. For number one, the committee checks that the nominees meet some criteria, like acts of heroism. Is it true? If you have nominated this person to be awarded, they come on ground and see, and they do it, you know, prior. They do it prior, before Heroes Day. It's not a 1 week's activity. It can even take a year, and they just keep seeing how this person acts, and the next time they are nominated and awarded. Then there is contribution to Uganda's liberation struggles. We very well know that the government on power had to struggle to have a liberation struggle that happened in Luweero Triangle. So those ones, waliyo abantu bebayita erasitira abazira, ababawente, ababakweka. You remember that old lady who hid the president until the rebels left. So such people are awarded promotion of peace, unity, and national development. All these people are their verifications. If you meet those criteria, if you meet the criteria, you're definitely awarded. Then there is also just approval. After going through the vetting and the verification has been done, the list is presented to the president, who has the final say on who to be honored. I remember there is a friend of mine in the police who was awarded, and it's because of the outstanding performance she put up because at that time she was into the construction of the units for police, and that time there was a lot of police is abasula bubi tebalina wakusula bichi bichi. So she was in that department and made sure all these units are up and on time. So she was recognized. Now the recognition, the part also comes on Heroes Day, which is today, June 9th, and may be awarded. These people may be definitely awarded medals or just recognized. Their names could be read out. Some of their official medals include the Nalubale medal, and this one goes to those who contributed in the political development. They are the ones who get the Nalubale medal. Then there are those that get the Luweero Triangle medal. For example, that old lady who hit the president, that one gets the Luweero Triangle medal for a liberation struggle continuations, because those ones are abawayente, abakweka, you know, they did so many things to the liberation, guys. So then there is also the Kajera medal, which is for service during Uganda, Tanzania war. Now all these ones are read categorically, and everyone is grouped according to where they fall.
Well, I would also want to bring to light that last year's Uganda Heroes Day celebrations were held in Gomba district, and the president did an outstanding action of putting a wreath on the heroes' grave, you know. And then when it comes to this particular day today, actually the government is celebrating it in Nyantonde Technical Institute, you know, and 50 men, 50, you know, they're called men and women of the nation, are expected to be awarded, and 41 of these are men and 9 of these are women. But I would like to give an example of one of those people that helped. For example, there's a guy called Muchibi Mutamaguzi, you know.
Diana.
Yeah, this day in history. This day in history, he refused to disclose where President Museveni and his soldiers were. And so he was brutally murdered. But you find that for every level of sacrifice and leadership, there must be something that happens, I don't know, in Africa usually. So what do you have to say?
Well, maybe just to let our viewers know that Heroes Day has been happening since 1990, and this has always been on 9th June. This year is going to be the 35th. The 35th celebration. Maybe also what June was talking about, the types of awards given. There is one called the Damu Medal. Damu, D-A-M-U. For those who wounded or who died, who were wounded or who died in the struggle. But I was asking myself, when these medals were being read, the people that are rewarded, those that who were rewarded because of the sacrifice. Apparently, we are planning for the 2026 elections, and we've seen people from different political parties coming up, fighting, and the conflicts that are going on between the political parties. And I'm wondering, because I've been asking myself, okay, I can see the other party fighting so hard to try and bring change in the country. Now, when Stuart read the people that are rewarded, I was asking myself, okay, these people that have lost their lives for the past few years, are they going to be rewarded? Are their families going to be rewarded? Because I used to ask myself, why? Why would I go through that? Why would I really fight? Yet at the end of the day, I'm going to lose my life. What's in for my family?
Actually, they are rewarded.
Yes.
The
From
medal
the other political parties.
let me. I think we have seen UPC men and women being rewarded. Cecilia has received it, Obote received it at some point, and if they passed their families. And of course, we have seen people reject the medals, and they refuse because they are on the opposition. That one always happens, but they are always recognized and rewarded. Maybe, Angel, there's something you said that about last year's celebrations, but in this year, the celebrations are at the Nyantonde Technical Institute grounds, Kalido Town Council in the Nyantonde district. I like the fact that these celebrations are
taken
not
different places.
Just so everyone feels feels a part of them. Otherwise, if it was about only in Kampala at
Kololo Airstrip.
I think when we talk about the rewards, because, well, I want to believe not everybody is rewarded. Not everybody is even recognized. But there is the veterans and their family that still receive support, like the heroes that we've talked about.
Do they give them some money?
Yeah, there is a financial package, such as 5 million per veteran that manage the Ministry of Luwero Triangle. This is also passed on to families of those who have passed away. So that is one of the packages. community development projects in key war zones, schools, clinics, monuments, as form of indirect recognition and compensation. And I think we've seen some of those things whereby, you know, you can go to a place and realize some roads are being named after these people. They are being recognized. Some schools have been built, but they've been given names of these people in recognition. We've seen hospitals, but there are those that are unrewarded, and they often feel neglected. They feel neglected, especially those from Luero Express. From Luero, they express their frustration, saying their sacrifices are overlooked, you know, and they voice complaints. As like I've told you that some people, they're not rewarded, yet you feel like, because if this person is coming from your family, you feel like they put in their all. We've seen children die or youths die recently, and you feel like they really put in their all, but at the end of the day, you don't see the sacrifices coming through. They're not even recognized. So these people, we see their parents coming out, voicing out their complaints. They also feel ignored and forgotten by the authorities. Yeah.
But meanwhile, we also want to see they are giving a reason why Luwedo. I think, by the way, it is not that they just go to any place. They go to places that were significant for the struggle. And it is said that historical significance of Luwedo, the district, was a key transit route and a recruitment hub. Did you even know? That's where they recruited during 1981 to 86 liberation struggle. That's where they were recruiting people from. And by holding the ceremony there, the government is honoring the local community's supports and sacrifices during that period. Imagine, I didn't know that was the collection.
And do you know that we even have an act that was formulated in 2001. And you know, this particular act signifies a deliberate and strategic effort by the state to embed a particular historic narrative into the national consciousness, to remind us of the sacrifices that were really made at that time. Yes, Stuart?
But also, I was here thinking of a few other uncelebrated heroes that probably their efforts would never even make it in the news. But yet they do a very, very good job. Those people abazalisa midwives mu malwaliro. Those nurses. A story has been moving on social media of a lady in a hospital in northern Uganda who is the only nurse in that health center too.
The only midwife?
Only nurse. She's a nurse in a health center too, but she does midwifery work. Now, it's a health center too, meaning it's the facility is supposed to be handling specific cases at a certain level. Naye olwokubanga lidwaliro liri mu community lyokka she ends up dealing with cases of yazalisa kyokka Nancy azalisa yaliwo yekka. Now alina okulongoosa yebaka almost saawa 7 ate nga alina okukeera ku makya n'alongoosa eddwaliro. Now we want to celebrate you, dear health practitioners, but nurses, but midwives, but doctors. Yes,
such a person. Okay, I'm imagining this scenario. 2 people are giving birth at the same time. How do you even handle that?
Now, exactly that. Yes, yeka aliwo eddwaliro terikyalina doctor, terina doctor, ye nurse yeka aliwo. Exactly.
But anyway, we can. You wanted to hear from someone? Okay.
Let's hear from the audience, and I'm sure some people want to celebrate their loved ones, and we do encourage them to send a picture of their heroes. Could be a mother, could be a father. You can use the number 0746 405060 to send us that hero. Let us celebrate them today. Or tag us on our social media handle, that is a Promise TV YouTube on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Let's dive back in the discussion.
I wanted to celebrate the rural female teachers and nurses. The nurses, they have been talked about by the teachers. The ones that walk miles, the ones that move under the scorching sun, under the rain, and
Cross
they teach.
rivers.
They cross rivers and they move barefoot, and they have to make sure that they are impacting education on the children given to them. We don't even, actually let us not even categorize female, let us say teachers, the rural teachers, not urban but rural. Because these people have shown a certain commitment. Obasanga once we mitila boy one kati aliawo yenna, and he is happy to teach. He's happy. You remember that other teacher who was Bambi dancing with the children, and they are under trees, they are working there. There are times when it is only the teacher's part that is roofed this other side of the class. So when it rains, the children run and
You know,
did it better call? Did it okay? But did it fine? Ne for me, I think I would like to celebrate the loving guardians. You know, those guardians that have taken up responsibilities for children that are not theirs. And it's funny how with time these children even forget them. Like this auntie or this uncle has been there for you. Like avadeo akusitude simply because akoza akantu katini nyo simeza katini, and you even tend to hate them. You start to believe what they tell you about aunties and uncles, but this person was there. They contributed a lot to who you are. May I want to celebrate those guardians, those who stand up, especially maybe you've lost a loved one or a parent. Nagamami, I'll take up the child. Because that's a sacrifice, and in most cases we don't recognize it.
You know, I was thinking to myself when Jay mentioned some of the heroes in this country that are not recognized. They don't have smartphones, they do not even know the processes. What do you guys have to say about that?
Well, for example, I want to celebrate these unsung heroes too. The border men that helped us during mutwala abana baffe kusomero kumachange mpewo nyingi ngenkuba etonya naye ero wa border noja notwala abana baffe banange. We celebrate you today. The border guys who helped us during COVID
to deliver medication.
Nemutuletera malagala, nemutuletera emmere, atenga kafyu yo naye era nemuyita mu bisikosiko. We celebrate you. You are our unsung heroes.
Me, I want to celebrate another category. Our nannies. You people.
Every nanny.
Salon, you and celebrate your little girl.
Actually, me, I think I want to celebrate my nanny. One time I'm hosting her here on Elevated, and people didn't know. That lady taught me what I know now. And until she got married. And she still reaches out. Susan, no shy. Susan, this. I celebrate those nannies who have nurtured the time when their parents are not around. You know, nowadays life is so busy, and these people are there. And when they're not there, is there something? Auntie taught me that.
I remember when she came here, you were here disturbing us. What you're pushing us. Then we said, this is annoying. Wamma went your way. Nene Pisembi. Oh, her. To defend so. Have bad manners.
Yes.
Yes.
Themselves to to making sure abafuna kasimbi, to make sure they have something they're placing on the table to make life.
Actually, to put it best, let us celebrate every single mother. Every single mother that hustles for their children. Ba mama abalabirira abaana abo, abakyala mwenna abakeera ku machane n'ogenda no hustlinga okufuna school fees z'abaana bannange tuba celebrating mutukola bulungi ba mama. And I think it's on this point that I really want to celebrate my mother. My mother,
Mama Stewart.
Mama Stewart.
Celebrate you.
And you know me, I've had a number of mothers. I've had a number of mothers. Mama Rita Nachimeda. I want to celebrate Reverend Deborah Mbuga. You're such a mother.
When you say mothers, I remember that short video that I watched recently. This lady is a stay-home mother, and she says there is a way they are not recognized because
Stay-home mothers.
Yes, but when other women meet them, they feel like,
Stay home.
What do you Banange, you people,
We celebrate
you. Thank you for nurturing.
Thank you.
Actually,
so
they
much.
say that Mama Sigale wakabana very different.
Ante era kyovola babebalabirira abaana b'eggwanga naye I also want to celebrate banange ba LC1 security banange mwami Kiyimba, I celebrate you mwami Kiyimba Kigoma. Mwami wa security.
I have no idea of my
And by the way, we say ebisinga that's how mubeereyo nga temubamanyi naye olunaku lw'omwetaaga nga yeetaaga okuwandiikira ebbaluwa n'ogenda n'odduka
ne batulumbakaawo ababbi b'ekiro banange eno ogenda ku mukutu obasanga nga by the way abasajja kwe bali nze basomera banange munyambe ogenda okulaba oliwa ne bakubira the number that nogamba yii
I think I met my chairman. Yes, I'm together. Just saw a face. I moved ahead. Then I
oyo no chairman.
Chairman, I'm like, chairman. What do you mean? Oh, I just saw a face that looks familiar. Security people.
I also want to celebrate all the fathers who are doing something. Olaba taata akakalukana taata nakeera ku makya engatto takyayina edimu ekituli ayambala socks ziri different. Meanwhile eno tuseka tulowooza maama yatabifaako naye zaayina taata n'ayambala esaati kola neggwako
olabye bataata bebadde displays ku screen bagaya abakola security guards. Oh my, these are people who basula wabweru every single day just to make ends meet for their families. Ate nno singa wabeerawo ekizibu kyonna kyonna gwe batuukirako
esente we bazibba ne bakubamu ye ate kano we kafa ate gwe yakase
but controversially
nekwano gyaffe baba baboard.
Controversially, I want to celebrate a particular category of people. All teenage mothers who go ahead to keep that pregnancy and give birth to that child.
It's not even controversial. We are celebrating.
And no salawo obutajja mu lubuto olwo much as of course probably in so but whatever has happened n'ogumira okuswala okwo n'ogumira okusekererwa and you keep that child. You guys are heroes. We celebrate you.
I want to celebrate somebody, but you guys will think I belong to that party.
No, you just celebrate.
But why are you defending yourself?
And don't judge.
Why are you defending
we
yourself?
Listen and don't judge. Celebrate Mama.
You know, I want to celebrate the president of this country.
Yep.
Okay. For the peace and security we have experienced.
And the freedom.
And the freedom
of speech.
Tuli wano no twogere dda ndowooza singa bakunywa ku decoder. What did you say? What did you mean? Why?
The time I got to see was that time of the LGBTQ law, where he came out and said, no, Musari said, we're going to go in this direction.
The brave decision he took. True.
But also, I think he's one of the least celebrated people, and the most that we normally put our eyes to is the probably the things that have seemingly haven't gone well, probably the areas where he has gotten short. And at a certain point, he made a statement, and he was like, the way Uganda is not the way I found it. So irrespective of what has not gone right, at least I've done something.
That is true. He has put a very, very big milestone on that. And by the way, this one is going to take a long time for Uganda to even... there are things that have been set up, systems that you cannot break. And it's all because... And I like his... he's intelligent naye ajjukira like tosobola and I love the fact that he's a sober man. He does not go wine, he does not get drunk.
But also for the fact that yes, now probably wawe bitanagenda bulungi, probably wawo bibamu even in your home where buli kimu kiri perfect, so someone will be like, hey.
Our viewer says, good morning, Sunrise Show. Happy Heroes Day to you all. And we see and celebrate all the works you reach to us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Nagamba, me I celebrate my mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Kawiye. I love them so much, and may God protect them.
I knew you had to the message.
And our news anchor.
Wow.
But thank you so much for that amazing celebration.
Me, I have a question. You know, we have celebrated certain categories, but do you know there are people who don't fall in any of those categories? Like, I'm telling you, ngatali you nenga yebuza because wale bagamba tukawe kube mu mutima. You want to become to say point yakwe kuba mu mutima. I would want to be a hero to somebody. What can I do?
Yeah,
I'm not a big sister, I'm not a mother, I'm not a father. Like, okay, ndimi none have been cast out of my family because of how I've been behaving, but now I want to become a hero to somebody. What can I do? Omuntu yayinza kola atya
abana akola atya naye kale ndowooza to find something that you can attach yourself to, because me I want to believe whenever you attach yourself to a matter or something, you become or you feel ng'okifunyemu nga kikuyamba to be fulfilled. But on that note, let us celebrate all the firstborns who are deputy parents. Deputy mothers nga mwatulera mwatulabirira mukyalera abaana kanyabo ka myaka 3 kekalera abaana kekabafumbira obumere kekakozeeki ate there are also those firstborns nga kati musasulira bannamwe school fees. We celebrate you. There are also those firstborns nga mwambe mwafumba emmere mwene bibokya biki gwe nga tolidde we celebrate you.
Well, Esther says, me, I want to celebrate street vendors, those ladies that sell stuffs and
by mama who make ends meet.
You know, G, you spoke about deputy parent. I remember the first time I was going to meet the other side of my husband. I said, now we're going to meet the deputy parent.
Oh, the big those people can read character. Ayinza ogamba oyo
tojja kumala
tagenda kukolera. I would like to celebrate my late big brother. He contributed a lot to the mistakes I was going to make. Nangamba, actually this is what he told me. Nangamba, never allow to carry a man's pregnancy before they marry you. Why? They will never respect you. I got it from a man's mouth. I grabbed it and I was like, okay. So sometimes when I remember that actually I'm here because of that guy, despite the fact that he's not here, I would still want to celebrate that man even though he's not here.
So there is someone you hosted here one time, the gentleman who had weak limbs.
Oh, Mr. Francis Mogwanya.
I want to celebrate every lame parent.
Yeah.
With any disability. Nga maaso gaziba naye era anoonya engeri gy'alabirira abaana. Omusajja omukyala tatambula naye era alabirira abaana nga ye teyeekubagizza. We celebrate.
Yesterday, no, it was the other day, must have been like Friday. I was at there is this supermarket, Standard Supermarket at Garden City, and I was surprised to see one of the people who work in the supermarket. So me, I was going around them. I was asking for something. I'm like, where can I find this? And she's like, I can't talk. But you know, she was there and very active working. And I was like, so all workplaces that employ people with disabilities, we celebrate you, dear bosses. But also, I want to celebrate our leaders of faith. Leaders in faith.
Pastors.
Pastors, reverends, whichever category you are in. You guys, mukwatibwa ensobi. You are the standard of living for people. Gwe tolina kukola ku nsobi, gwe toteekeddwa kusobya, abalala bwe basobya yegwe alina okubategeera. You need to understand them, and naye gwe unomala osobya amayinja weera ogenda kufuna agawera tewali wagenda kutegeera. We celebrate you, bishops, pastors.
Allow me read these messages that have come in. Sunrise, thank you for talking about firstborns. Guys, allow me celebrate my big sister, Engineer Victor Nabunya.
Wow.
That lady has done a lot for me with crying emojis.
Oh dear.
Plus the entire family. I take this opportunity to celebrate her, and I really love her so much.
Wow.
Another celebrant says, Happy Heroes Day to my sisters. Only God can reward your faith. Another one says, Happy Heroes Day to you all and my father, Mr. Kalule Henry, and my granny parents, Mr. and Mrs. Mutunzi. This is Pamela.
Wow. We celebrate with you.
Keep them coming.
Nay, you people, me. I think another category I would want to celebrate are the loving neighbors. The loving neighbors. You know, first when we were growing up, I'm not a Gen Z. Bringing up a child was communal. College, like before mommy gets home, like she knows what happened all the way from the main road. Bampaking say, yes, what is wrong? Or else you know, but we appreciate because they contributed a lot. Never know about loving neighbors. No mgamba. Town for 1 hour. Watch my child. Bane, we love you. You're heroes to our children.
There is another message, but I think you guys should prepare handkerchiefs. Prepare handkerchiefs.
Now you told us we shall be strong.
Good morning, my people. Hope you're well with question marks. I would love to celebrate these people.
Okay.
Stuart, Jean, Angel, and Susan. You guys are real heroes. Mwatandika ne Promise TV era mukyayimiridde lwa maanyi gammwe. We love you guys. This is David Wamburo.
Oh, thank you, David. Oh man, it's been a while, by the way.
It had to be
It happened to David. Somehow.
David, we celebrate.
We celebrate you, David Wamburo.
You encouraged us. By the way, me, I'm almost crying, David. Like
I know.
for real. David, we celebrate you, we celebrate your mother, we celebrate your family. I won't say wife, totally mwogera konyo.
Celebrating
Twatandika naye.
Birthday anyway.
He asked us for an excerpt video. So can you come and meet us someday?
Yeah. David, by the way, it's been a while.
Well, someone also sent in a short text saying Happy Heroes Day, my people. But they didn't put their name. Keep them coming.
We love you. We love you.
Meanwhile, last week was Stuart's birthday.
Yeah.
And Susan's.
Susan's
Charlie baby.
One day apart.
Yeah, it was the 5th and 6th. Hallelujah.
Ate mama, we celebrated Stuart in absentia. Nayola techigana. Let us celebrate.
But you people, people get used to rewarding people on their birthdays. Stuart Omanja. Yeah, present. You know why? No, you know why I'm saying that. You know I'm saying that. My son challenged me. Namgambi, today is my birthday. You always ask me for presents. Nangamba, mommy, let me go to my work. Those creative things, because for them they're being raised you need to give someone a present. So when you told me I felt challenged, I said, and yesterday was Stuart's birthday. I didn't get him anything. I'm so ashamed. How can I preach what I'm not doing?
Now let us sing for
I got
Stuart
you
now.
I want to work as I
To Yembele Stuart.
Look at his eyes.
I'm now asking, I'm about to cry.
Kahandi kashik bakatege.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stuart. Happy birthday to you.
flowers.
Thank you so much, friends.
Happy birthday, Stuart. Now.
Yes.
Me, I'm going to cry.
Happy
Birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday, dear Susan. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, dear Susan.
are you now?
How old are you?
Guys, because that is one of the actually the most abominable questions you ask people in Uganda today.
Like Bakuyimbira, you are rich now, you are beautiful. Like
declarations.
Yes, that's how they see it. Yes. Nejo. Hey people, our time is done here. We need to go and
you even want to close the show.
I'm so excited. Probably have some cake in the corner, you know. We're not going for a break. Let's end it right here. We wish you a very beautiful Heroes Day. Say bye-bye to our viewers.
Goodbye.
Happy Heroes Day. We love you. Let's welcome the kindergarten. We love you guys.
Welcome to the Sunrise Show. My name is Angel Walker, a reptile